What's going on, everyone? It's Sheena, aka Sheenapreneur, your favorite veteran. So you might be a little shocked by this title, but I want to do just like a quick, fast and furious overview of what I mean by Sam.gov. For me, local contracting is definitely a better route for so many people. And I wanted to give a few reasons why people get stuck with Sam.gov. So I wanted to say bye-bye to Sam.gov, because you're going to get into government contracting using local. And that's what it is. Like, we about to do this 2024. I know it's half over, but we are going to pivot because Sam.gov is getting y'all like jammed up for real. And I don't want you to continuously have that struggle and feel like you're not, doing what you can, because it is challenging. It's a lot to understand. It's a lot to learn. And then you have, a lot of people who are teaching only about that, but there's just so much to learn on the federal side that you're not even taking the time to build your business, where I feel like local contracting is really helping you build your business and then getting you ready for what you may want to do on the federal side. Some people are winning federal contracts the first go. Kudos to you. There's nothing wrong with that. If you feel like federal is your ish, then go for it. If you feel like you want to do both, go for it. If you feel like you want to even add corporate contracting, go for all of it, because that's what I'm doing. I'm going for all of it. But for those who are stuck at Sam.gov, I want you to say bye. Swipe right, swipe left for Sam.gov, because we're going to say bye to it today. And here's how we're going to do it. So number one, if you have registered in Sam.gov and you have not received your cage code, you either didn't apply for your cage code, because that's like the very, very last step before you're fully registered in Sam. So you may get through the Sam process and then you got to apply for the cage code, and you either didn't do that part or you stopped at that part. So it's like, do you want to go back through that? Or maybe some things have changed. Forget all that. And then if you registered for your cage code and it's been months and you have not heard anything, it's probably because you missed an email. Now with the cage code, when you go to apply for it, I still don't even really know what cage code is for. And somebody, if you know what a cage code is actually for, please leave it in the comments. I need to know, because I don't feel like looking it up. So I need one of y'all experts, because y'all be swearing you experts, right? No, not everybody, but let me know what a cage code is actually for, because I don't see the purpose of it. That's just me. But like, if you apply for the cage code and you're like, man, it's been 6 months, something wrong, sis, something wrong, bro. Like, you didn't respond to an email because they had some questions and that's why you didn't receive it. Okay, but let's just say, you know what, Sheena, I did everything. It only took a week for me to get my SAM registration complete. But now what do? Y'all the ones that I want you to say bye-bye to Sam.gov, because really you must not know what you want to do in government contracting. I've had a couple of people say, what if I just started my business for government contracting with no niche? There's no such thing. You had to enter in a NAICS code when you register with SAM. So there's no such thing as I just registered a government contracting business. The government contracting business has to provide something. It may be more than one something, and that's cool, but it can't just be a government contracting business. Like, what is that really? That doesn't mean anything. That's not a thing. So you have to pick something. And if you want to start off with, some people have multiple skills, and I'm with it, as long as it makes sense to you. Don't go into something that you know nothing about, because you're going to end up underbidding. You're going to end up probably losing in the end, especially if you're a brand new business owner, like you've never had a business in your entire life. You may not know some of the pitfalls that comes with just running a business in general. And if everyone was good at being a business owner, everybody would be doing it. So bye-bye to that. We don't want you to be stuck on Sam.gov for forever, and then you're never ever getting into government contracting, because local contracting is government contracting as well. I don't know why people don't really understand that, but it's a little lower barrier to entry, and you want that because you want it. It's getting your feet wet, but it's also, you can do big business on the local side. There's people that make millions doing local contracting. There's really no true difference. The federal government obviously is going to get a lot more than the state government or the city government or county government is going to get. But just think about it, right? Just because the federal government is getting that doesn't mean you're getting it. Just because they just awarded the Space Force $1 billion $1 trillion in effort for IT services, you may not get a single red cent out of that. Like you may, like you might. We want to look at the news and we want to know, you know, where follow the money, but that doesn't mean that you're going to get the money that you following. That's just what it is. And so if you're stuck at Sam.gov, then you need to slide over to local contracting at your city, at your state, at your school system, and you need to find out how to do business with them. And that's a simple go to Google and how to do business with the city of Atlanta, whatever it is, whatever city or state that you want to actually perform services for, then you start there. And then you could just continue that path. And it doesn't cost you anything but time. If anything costs you something, then you're probably on the wrong site or you're probably going about it the wrong way. Now, what you can do if you are like, okay, Sheena, look, I have tried every which way. I watched all your videos and it's still asking me to pay for this service. Try your best not to pay, because I'm almost guaranteed that you don't have to pay for any of the local states. I think in Texas, there may have been one time where I saw, but usually if there's a solicitation that state or that city or that county has an opportunity like listed in a portal that is usually paid, like it's a .com website, then that usually means that you can still go around a different way if there's a solicitation on that website. I know that's probably a little confusing, but basically what you can do if you just like, I'm totally confused, is when you Google doing business with the city of Austin, for example, I'm just throwing that out there. I have no idea what website the city of Austin uses, but I'm just throwing out a random city. But if you were to Google doing business with the city of Austin and you see that it's a website that is typically a paid website, BidNet Direct, Bonfire, or something like that, and you're like, oh my gosh, Sheena, I ain't got the money to pay for this, or I don't want to pay for it. Like I said, don't pay for anything. Then there's going to be an email address somewhere on that website of someone to talk to in procurement, and just ask, is this website free to use for the city of Austin? That's a good way for you to find out for sure. They are there to help you. And you're not asking about a direct solicitation, so there shouldn't be any issues with them answering you. And then they're going to say, no, here's the way to register as a vendor. Now, there are some agencies that you have to do paper registration. Ooh, child, that's crazy. But there are some small towns that don't have the capacity to have a portal. They're not connected to any other city. And then you need to do whatever it is that they're asking you to do. And it's only going to cost you time. In that case, it's going to cost you a stamp. But just when you Google doing business with whatever city, whatever state, whatever county, then you're just going to register as a vendor. It doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't cost you. And you could just do your whole surrounding area. Start there and just say bye to Sam, because Sam is holding you guys back. Sam is stopping y'all from being millionaires. And I want the madness to stop. I want you all to be millionaires if that's what you desire, or even six-figure earners. Okay, you like, Sheena, I ain't trying to have no extra stress. I have a full-time job and I can't quit it, or I got kids. I want nice, 1 or 2 contract. That's cool. Start off small. Some of my veterans, of course, are like out of the country. I don't want to do too much. Cool. I'm with it. I get it. So then start off at the local level and look at something that is potentially smaller for you to do, or something that you consider to be easy. I have a student who speaks multiple languages. She's like, this is a breeze for me. I can do this with my eyes closed in my sleep. Boom. She may not have started off saying that that's the type of contract she wanted to do, but she recognized a skill within herself. And she's like, I'm going to do that. Go after that. But you might not find that same opportunity at Sam.gov. So let's just say bye-bye to Sam.gov for the remainder of 2024. I want y'all to go local so y'all can become millionaires, because it's really holding a lot of you all back. You're registering and it's taking you months and years and you don't even know where to start. Sam.gov is a very, very not user-friendly website. And so also some websites that do bid delivery services where you do have to pay for it. They have free versions, they have paid versions. But if you're like, you know what, I just want something easy. My 2 favorite websites, because I usually mention one, but I got another one that I just keep forgetting to mention. So the first one, of course, is always going to be govdirections.com. What they do, you do have to pay for it, and they send you federal and local opportunities. I really like them. The website is super easy to to use, super easy to navigate. And then you have Instant Market. Instant Markets. Instant Markets is a little more, it seems like they have more opportunities. I don't know. Or maybe they just have more information. I think they do a data pull. I'm not sure, but they show awarded as well and upcoming things that will be up for bid in the next, whatever, 6 months, 3 months, stuff like that, which is very helpful. So you can get prepared for that, start building the relationship with a contracting officer. And then also both of those services, delivery to your email. So then you don't have to look on Sam. Who wants to look on Sam all day? And then also with Instant Markets, Instant Markets is free. So I think there's a paid service. I don't use that, but it shows awarded contracts as well. And it's pretty up to date because I actually was bidding on something and was trying to go to Instant Markets to get the previous award. And then it showed that an addendum for the one I was bidding on just had popped up like the day before. So it was pretty spot on. And I hadn't even seen the addendum. I'm like, what? Or amendment, addendum, same thing. But I hadn't even seen it, but Instant Markets had it. So it must be a data pull that they pull from the websites that they have housed in there. So it's free. Free is always good. So go with Instant Markets or go with GovDirections. It's just Instant Markets is a little more, just a tad bit more to navigate. You have to really read and take your time. But GovDirections is super simple and clean. And, it's almost like Bing versus Google. It's like, Google is clean, straight to it, probably the more powerful. But then Bing, it's like, okay, Bing got these other tweaks and other things I can use. The same thing with Instant Markets. So those are my two favorite sites. It's instantmarkets.com and govdirections.com. So it still shows you federal opportunities, but it shows a heck of a lot of local, because let's just say it is something that you can do on the local side in another state, but it's virtual. Then you may not have thought of it, but you put in that subject line, translator services that's online, or they just need it done. They need someone to create some kind of educational program that you don't ever need to go to that state, but that state is who needs it. Then you're working outside of your state now. And now you get a little feather in your hat or whatever, and you have multi-state contracts on the local side. Doesn't that feel good? So we're saying bye to Sam.gov for this video. You're going local. We going local, y'all. And local doesn't just mean in your local area. I want you to start in your local area, and you can branch out depending on what you do. Just make it make sense for you. Don't go to Alaska if you can't go to Alaska. Don't go to Hawaii if you can't go to Hawaii. Just make it, go through the whole process yourself and say, okay, can I really do this realistically? Yes or no? And that'll let you know, like, for sure if it makes sense, like really going through. You can't ask me because Sheena don't know what your capacity is. But I would ask you to think about, does it make sense to you? So, of course, make sure you join our GovCon Moneymakers community. It's 100% free to join. The link is in the description. And my course, GovCon Now, teaches you about federal, local, and corporate contracting. I have a whole section for my veterans. At the recording of this video, we are doing a sale for our 2.0 update. So please, please, please check that out. Link is also in the description, and I'll leave the code in the description. So until next time, it is your favorite veteran.